Now, good morning, everyone. Today's the 25th of 5th of Nissan, May 3rd. Let's count the Omer together. How about that, guys? Page 136, 137. Hayom Asara Yamim Shehem Shavua Echad Ushloisha Yamim LaOmer. Today is 10 days, which is 1 week and 3 days of the Omer. And it's also Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Shabbos Mevarchim, Shabbos that we bless the month of Iyar. It's going to be a wonderful day and a wonderful Shabbos. It's going to be unbelievable. We have a new Cholent pot. Okay. So in today's lesson, it's a very important instruction. One should constantly recall that Hashem has singled us out to accept His sovereignty upon us, and that we're accepting it. We consciously think about accepting Hashem as our king. The Rebbe notes that the reason why the Alter Rebbe now goes on to say that there should also be, why also, is until now it has been explained how a Yid generates fear of heaven through intellectual contemplation. Yesterday we spoke about going outside, looking up at the heavens, realizing that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. In effect, it's bowing down every day, and we try to visualize and incorporate this fear of heaven into our lives. And he says the degree of fear he arouses will correspond exactly to the extent of his contemplation. It ends at a certain level because we can only think so much as far as our intellectual capacity is concerned. And the deeper the contemplation, the greater his fear. But it also depends on how much each individual is governed by his intellect. Furthermore, there's too much to expect that all people will constantly achieve a state of intellectual awareness. Yet all people are obligated to stand in front of Hashem and say, I fear Hashem, I fear Hashem. I accept Hashem upon me, the king. So the Alter Rebbe now goes on to say that we must and can constantly accept the yoke of heaven on ourselves. And this is not attained through contemplation. Rather, it comes as a result of faith alone. And this state can exist constantly in all individuals. Pure faith, even the simplest person can do. Intellectual capacity, that varies based on the person. Simply put, there should always be a constant remembrance. And it's constant because it doesn't depend on prior contemplation, but pure and simple faith. And we are all, as we said yesterday, 2 days ago, ma'aminim b'nei ma'aminim. We have that inheritance from our forefathers and from Moshe Rabbeinu. So our sages of blessed memory say acceptance of the yoke of heaven, which parallels the injunction that you should appoint a king, meaning Hashem over you. As has been explained elsewhere and so on. We talked about this, that we need to what? Okay, so this is what the Alter Rebbe says earlier in Tanya, chapter 41, beginning of chapter 41, that even though all of this meditation, even after all this, no dread or fear descends upon a person, manifest in a manifest manner in his heart, still he should accept upon himself Hashem as king and accept upon himself the yoke of heaven, of the heavenly kingdom. I said a bracha before, just so you know, everyone. Sometimes I do the bracha live. As the Alter Rebbe explains there, this attribute is found within every Jew in a sincere manner because of the nature of the Jewish souls is not to rebel against God, the King of Kings. So this level of fear can always be present. There's a certain level of fear that's always within each and every Yid. And then there's a level of fear that you have to attain through contemplation, through thought. Okay, Ki HaKadosh Baruch Hu maniach es ha'elyonim v'tachtonim u'miyached machos yaleinu v'chulu v'anachnu mekablim v'chulu. Hashem, blessed be He, forgoes the creatures of the higher and lower worlds, meaning they are not the ultimate intent of creation. What's the ultimate intent of creation? Us, a Yid that does a mitzvah. That's the whole purpose of creation, for a Jew to do a mitzvah and to accept the yoke of heaven. Yud Ches in the Shema Esrei. This is the significance of bowing before Hashem, accepting the yoke of heaven during Shema Esrei. So we submit, we bow to Hashem after we recite and after we accept upon ourselves Kabbalas Malchus Shemayim, accepting the yoke of the kingdom of heaven in the Shema when we say that Hashem is our God and Hashem is one. And how do we do that? Through B'chol Levavcha, B'chol Nafshecha, B'chol Mi'odecha. So Levavcha, Nafshecha is a certain madrega, is a certain level of putting your kochos into it with all your heart and soul, but then with all your might is beyond that. It's beyond L'mayla Mitamadas. It's really from your essence to God's essence. And what do you do? Lachser lekaba b'payil mamish. You literally accept in actuality and indeed, as we've explained in other places. So the takeaway for today, Chavre, is remember Hashem, Master of the universe. Hashem forgoes the worship of all creation and chooses to be king over us and our service. He's waiting for us to accept him as king, and he's waiting for us to serve him. We especially think about this during Kriya Shema, and that continues during the Shemana Esrei. Everyone have a wonderful day and an amazing, incredible Shabbos.